In today's video, I'm just going to be doing another get ready with me, trying out some new things that I have not used yet and seeing how they wear and perform throughout the day. If you would like to see how I got this look, which I consider sort of a transitioning into fall colors look, then just keep watching the video. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Hey guys, I just got out of the shower a little bit ago and I was gonna do my makeup anyway and try some new things that I have gotten again. Some are not new, and I'll make sure I mention the things that are new and my initial thoughts on them. Start out with primer. This is the Hourglass Veil Primer. I've used this before. I already know I really like this. Just like a white creamy texture. You just need a very small amount. I love the way this feels. It's super just luxurious feeling. The price is also pretty luxurious if it's not on sale. And I do think it's worth it. I just have a lot that I'm trying to work through right now. But the new foundation I'm using today is also from Hourglass. This is the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Finish Liquid Foundation. It's in this triangle shaped bottle. It's glass, it's very heavy. The reason I decided to get this is because I already have the Hourglass stick foundation, and I know I really love this. So I think right now, even still today, I'll link it below, Hourglass is having a 40% off, or up to 40% off certain things on their website. And this is one of them. So this was 40% off. So it was fairly inexpensive for a huge bottle of Hourglass foundation. I got the shade Porcelain, I believe. Yes, Porcelain. So we're just gonna see how this works. So you take the top off, and it is a pump top, which I really like. So I'm just gonna get it started here. Okay, first thing I notice is it's pretty watery. Actually, it's a lot watery. So you can see it's like running down my finger right there. To blend it in, I'm gonna be using my BK Beauty 101 brush, just like I've been using with other foundations. I really love this brush. I'll link it below too. Initially, in buffing this out, it feels really good. It doesn't feel too heavy or cakey or anything. It's not hard to blend. I feel like it's blending in really well and pretty evenly. A little bit down your neck. And I feel like the shade match is not bad for me, actually. I'm so sorry if you can hear my dogs. Camera, it's looking a little bit lighter on my face. Actually, looks quite a bit lighter on my face. But when I look at myself in the mirror though, it does not look nearly this light. I think I probably could have gone with the next shade darker, but I don't know. I'd rather be too light than too dark on my foundation. I think that looks pretty good. I feel like the brush blended it out really well. All right, now to continue on, we're gonna go in with concealer. I'm trying a trick that I heard from someone here on YouTube, I just can't remember who it was, but I have really dark under eye circles. They said when you're trying to correct under eye circles, you should use a corrector and then a concealer. I've got this concealer from Farmasi, the brand I was talking about before in a couple other videos, but this is their full coverage concealer. This is in the shade Peach. This Peach is supposed to correct darkness, blue, purple undertones, things like that. I'm just gonna dot right here where I have the darkest circles, and as you can see going on, that's very dark. Or it looks very dark, but that's how it's supposed to look, being that peach color. So to get that to blend, I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and I'm just gonna press that into the skin underneath my eye. I'm just gonna make sure that's blended in really well. And I'm hoping that this method works. If you guys have a method that you use for correcting dark under eye circles and it works for you, I would really love to hear about it. That's the part of my face that I am the most self-conscious about, I guess, at this point. That might change, but it's been that way for a pretty good while. So that's the peach corrector blended in, and I think that looks okay. So now I'm gonna go on with my concealer, which is the Milani Conceal and Perfect. I've talked about this before. I think it's a really good drugstore concealer, and I've got mine in the shade Ivory Rose. And just has a doe foot applicator. I'm just gonna put 3 dots because I don't feel like I would need a whole lot more. I don't want anything to cake up, and I'm trying to see how this whole thing goes. So I'm gonna go back in with the Beauty Blender, but I'm going to switch sides, and let's do the other side. So right now I feel like all of this is combining pretty well. To set under my eyes, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Under Eye Setting Powder. Talked about this a bunch of times before too. Just your standard kind of white under eye brightening powder. Also have a white under eye brightening powder from Pat McGrath, which was way more expensive. And I mean, just to be 100% honest, I like using the e.l.f. better. So we have that set in place. I feel like the powder layered over that concealer and corrector really well. To set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using my Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish, and mine is in the shade 1. And it doesn't crease, it just goes on really smooth, and it gives it just a really smooth finish with any makeup I've ever tried. So I would definitely repurchase this. However, I've heard several people say that there's a setting powder by Boots, or by number 7. Is it still Boots number 7? Anyway, that they have a setting powder that rivals this. That's pretty much a dupe for it, and you know, at a fraction of the cost. So I'm on the lookout for that at Target, I think is where you can get that. So I'm gonna try to get that, and then I'm gonna compare them and see, because if I can get something that's as good as this, or you know, a fraction of the cost, then that's perfect. So I'm just gonna take this, and I'm just gonna set the rest of my face with that. Down your neck a little bit. Okay, so far I feel like the foundation and the base is looking pretty good. Next thing I'm going to do is some bronzer. Now I have a new blush and bronzer. They're both from CoverFX, and I got these I think during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty a few weeks ago, and I haven't used them yet because I've been waiting to try them on camera. But I got the Sun-Kissed Bronze, and these are the Monochromatic Bronzer Duos. Got a bronze and a shimmer shade, you can see there. So we're gonna see how this goes. I don't wanna go in too heavy-handed because I'm really fair. So I'm gonna take kind of a fluffier bronzing brush. I'm just gonna go into this bronzer, and we're just gonna get the tiniest amount. We'll try this side first. We're just gonna go in. Okay, so it's definitely darker than what I'm used to. I'm gonna take what's left actually and go in on this side. I actually really like that now that it's all sheared out. I think it's really pretty. And I think it's pretty natural looking for me. The blush I have is the CoverFX Monochromatic Blush Duo Matte, and there's a matte and a shimmer, and this one I got in the shade Soft Peach. What it looks like here. So I'm gonna get some of this and some of this. I'm gonna mix them both together, and we're gonna see what we get by mixing them. Let's just see what happens. Okay. So that is really pretty. It's just a very natural peach looking. A little bit on my nose. Just be a little extra. We're gonna try out the highlighter side by itself, just to see how highlighty it is. So I'm just gonna use that on a little pointed brush. And go right here. So you can definitely see where that puts some highlight down. That's really pretty though. Let's try this side. So I think that's pretty. It's not too much. It just gives an extra layer of a little bit of sheen. I think it's pretty. All right. Then we're gonna go to his eyes. Long Last Creamy Eyeshadow from Farmasi, that same brand. This is in the shade, like I said, Brown Sugar. And just looks like this here in the pot. I'm just gonna lay this down as kind of a base, I guess. I guess it's kind of a primer. But I'm mostly just playing with this today to see how it works and how things layer over it. Okay, so we're just gonna put that on one eye. A teeny bit more, and we're gonna go in with this eye. feels really, really creamy and smooth going on. Then we're just gonna do something real simple today. I'm just gonna do 2 more colors, and they're both coming out of this e.l.f. bite-size eyeshadow, and this is in the one Rose Water. So these are the shades here. They're really, really pretty. I'm going with this crease brush, and I'm going to actually go in with this matte shade right here, which is just the brown, kind of a light brown. And that I want to run through my crease. See how this works. Making sure those 2 colors are blended on the crease and a little bit above the crease. So I'm gonna go in with this eye and do the exact same thing, the exact same color. Then the only other thing I'm gonna do to my eyes today is I am going to go in with shade right here from the Bite Size palette and go in with that right there. And I'm just gonna do that on my inner corner with my finger and kind of blend that over to about the middle half, and then whatever's left I'll go ahead and drag it over. I'm not making a super big deal about the eyeshadow today, but I'm concentrating the most of it on the inner corner in the first half, and then we'll do this eye. So I think that's a really pretty shimmer shadow. This e.l.f. palette has a lot of pigmentation in it. For brows, which I never do, and I realize I need to do my brows, I'm going to be using the IT Brow Power. This is just the pencil, and this is in the shade Universal Taupe. It's got a spoolie on one end, so I'm just going to use that to comb through a little bit. All right, and then it has the pencil on the other. It's a triangle shaped tip here. I'm just lightly going over what I already have, and then just kind of following the arch out to where it would normally go on me, and do the other one. For my mascara today, I'm going to be using from Tarte the Big Ego mascara. I got a sample of this in my Ipsy bag that I did the video on, I think last week. I already knew that I liked it because I've had this full size for a good while now, but it's just a really good mascara. I really like it, and I'll definitely repurchase it whenever I don't have any more anymore. So I'm just gonna use this mascara. I like the wand on it. It's a synthetic wand, but I really like it. And I find that this mascara, it's not a super wet formula. It's not goopy, it doesn't clump my lashes together, and I find that it just lengthens really, really well. It's just kind of a really good all-in-one mascara, which is what I'm all about. Then I'm gonna do this eye. Lips today, I'm going to be going in with a little more color than I'm used to, but it is a gloss. So this is the Tarte H2O gloss, and this is in the shade Below Deck, and it's just a small sample. I'm pretty sure I also got this in an Ipsy bag. So it's got the doe foot applicator, and it's more of a gloss, and you guys know that I really only like gloss. Okay. I think this shade's really pretty. The gloss is not too sticky. It smells like vanilla, which is good. And for me, that's just enough color. Okay, so that is my makeup for the day today. I will let you know how the new things wear, how they perform, especially that concealer corrector combo. I'm very interested to see how that works and if that continues to look like it does throughout the day today. I am going to go and finish drying my hair and doing something with that, and then I have a couple of other videos that I'm gonna film for you guys today. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.